Okay, happy to welcome back our good friend Vonn Bell. You guys have heard me talk about Vonn a million times, and he's the ultimate standard setter. His process is always positive in the locker room. Tremendous presence. He's been a part of some of the biggest plays in Bengals history, and we're happy to get him back here. And we gotta create many more of the greatest plays in Bengals history. So very happy that Vonn's back here, and I'll let you all fire right at him.
How does it feel to be back?
Amazing. Amazing. At peace. Glad to be back. I feel warm. Glad to see a lot of familiar faces with the coaches. A lot of guys hit me up, and it's just great to be back for sure.
Wow, what makes this place unique for you?
Man, I think connection of the people here. And especially with the coaching staff and the guys in the locker room, and that locker room is very special. And just going out the war with your brothers, and it's like you don't feel by yourself, and that's the number one thing. So I'm glad to be back. Feel like home, and I'm ready to get to it.
What was the process like this week when you found out what was going to happen in Carolina and then making your way back here?
It was stressful at first, but I let God have that. And the guy handled it, and he made a way. He opened up doors for me. So I'm glad to be back, and ready to get to work.
Was this your first priority?
I can't really speak on that, but in my mind, yeah.
Who was the first person to give you a ring?
Lou, for sure.
What was that conversation?
He said, "What we doing?" But that's my guy, man. And we have a connection, a bond. It'll last forever. And just hearing his voice made me calm down. So it was a lot of anxiety for sure. But first time going through that. But it's over now. It's in the past. I'm in it now.
Vonn, just to be back here and be part of an organization where you came so close to winning a championship, how meaningful is it to now be back in this building and understanding that nothing has changed as far as the goals of this team goes?
For sure. It's about the process, really, And then you got to put the work, and you got to put the energy and effort. Everybody got to be all in, and just seeing the familiar faces with the locker room, the sky should be the limit. And you got to hold guys accountable and just come out here and contribute and go to work every day. And that's going to be a part of the process.
What's the play that stands out? Zach mentioned it, that are part of some of the greatest ones. What does one stand out?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it's a lot of them. But I don't dwell on those. But it's a lot of them. But the interception going to the Super Bowl, that's number one for me, because that's the final destination. That's where you want to be at the end of the day.
Vonn, how much greatness do you feel like still exists inside of you and in your game?
A lot. I still feel young. Go out ready, run around, make plays, and help lead and contribute any way I can. And just happy for the opportunity.
What were the talks like as the safety room? Geno Stone, obviously, Geno.
Mm-hmm.
So Jordan Battle as well. What were the talks like about how you fit into such a crowded and talented?
They said, be you. Let everything else play out.
So much was made of the connection you have with Jesse and how you guys knew where everybody, each other was going to be and all that. So you come back now, there's a lot of new guys that you haven't played with in that spot. What's a realistic expectation for when you can kind of feel comfortable in that chemistry role again?
That's when you got to be around the guys, just outside of football, getting to know them, getting to know how they move and how they operate, getting to know their families. And that's what creates a deeper connection with guys, because it's just more than just ball, because it's really a brotherhood.
Geno said he met you on his visit to Ohio State. You remember him?
Yeah, I remember Geno. Great player. But, man, because I see him around sometimes in the off-season, and it's always just love every time I see him, ask him how he's doing. And it's just little things like that that goes a long way when you ask somebody how they doing, how their family's doing, and that creates that bond.
Have you ever been cut from anything, any sort of anything?
No, I haven't. First time for me.
What was that like?
It's kind of weird, but it's what it is, and that's why I say I'm in it now. A little bit behind, but it's definitely going to fuel to the fire for sure.
I was going to say, you don't need much motivation, but I would imagine you'd like to show people you can still play.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But when that time comes, it's going to come.
Are you aware that Carolina's on the schedule this year?
Oh, yeah. There's bulletin board material.
Vonn, how much do you feel like you're still a vocal leader? I know you were gone for a year, but how much of that vocal leadership still exists inside this locker room for you?
When guys hit me up, like basically the whole team, and it's like, okay, let's go. So I feel like I still have a voice, but sit back and observe everything and be myself and come here every day and go to work and put my head down and work.
Is there an unfinished business mindset for you coming back here?
For sure, always. Left the bad taste in my mouth.
Just in general, at the safety position, when it comes to stopping or preventing explosive plays, how important is communication on the back end and being on the same page, not just as safeties, but also with the linebackers, everybody's there?
It's vital. Guys got to be on the same page, same on accord, and we got to see things the same. And that's huge because, if it get past us, strike up the band. But you never want those because explosives can lose a game. And then you never want to do that when you got a great offense and they're making plays. You want to give stops to them and get the ball back as much as possible to them. But having everybody on the same page is vital.
How do you get there?
Spend time with them. And that's what I'm saying. Outside of football, in the meeting rooms, and you want guys to ask questions of how you see things or how can we communicate this, and how ways we could figure out how to make plays in that call or whatnot. So that's what you gotta do.
You have to start a new text chain.
I do. I do.
You've already got Geno's number, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of ironic. He was coming here. I guess he texted you. He said he was coming here, and then suddenly he sees that you're coming here. So it's kind of.
He just asked me, was it true?
How much did you talk to Jesse? Also, first off, good seeing you back.
Good seeing.
How much did you talk to Jesse last year? Y'all kind of, kept after what happened here. How much did y'all text back and forth?
We text a lot. That's my brother. And no matter what the circumstances is, it's a brotherhood to life. And always happy for him. And we was always pulling for each other because we still had our little in-between things that going on when we get interceptions or make a turnover or something. But, yeah.
Jumping the money on the floor.
For sure.
What was that like, because y'all were in the same division last year. What was that like, spending so much time here and then seeing each other on opposite sidelines in divisional games? What was that feeling like?
It was kind of weird at first, but it was glad to see him going crazy. And I wanted that for him for sure. And I love to see that light shine on him.
Did you expect him, whenever both of y'all didn't come back, both of y'all found new teams, did you expect him to go off like he did?
For sure, yeah. I seen that look in his eye.
I'm sure, I don't know if you asked this earlier, but I'm sure there might have been other options for you that were not as crowded safety room coming back. Why here instead of maybe somewhere else where that isn't as crowded at safety?
It's the people, and they know me, and know the system, and so there ain't too much stress on me. Just go be yourself, and let things play out how it's supposed to play out, and just come to work every day. And you want to be somewhere that people that know you, especially going to my years now. It's like I don't want to be a casualty, and so you want to go where people know you. They know your heart. They know your work ethic, and you want an opportunity at the big game, for sure.
So there's going to be a lot of questions about Dax. I don't know if you got this earlier as well. So there's a lot of questions about what he might be able to do moving forward. You were here when he was a rookie. What are the conversations like with him as you kind of trying to mold him along and get him to where he needs to be, especially after last year? And what advice do you give to a player who's still trying to find his way, as he enters his third year?
I just gotta sit down and talk to him and see where his mental at. And I can always give him my success and failures. And he's got to keep on pushing and keep on being himself and keep on diving deep into that playbook. And he just got to see how he could develop, keep going with his maturation process, and just really study himself of his successes and failures.
You mentioned you have teammates. How many? Is it really close to that?
I'm telling you, it's close. A lot of love here. A lot of love.
That was a big factor.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You do take pride in helping younger players develop. What have you seen from Jordan Battle? I know you're busy last season, but excited to get to work with him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Seeing a lot of flashes, making plays on the ball. I was just talking about that the other day. They were playing the Monday night game against Jacksonville. He made the big pass breakup on Ridley. I was like, man, that was a good play. And I'm always hearing about him. Guys in the locker room telling him about him, that you'll love him, his work ethic. He's a playmaker. And I said, okay, let's go.
To piggyback on that, how often were you keeping tabs on what was happening here last season?
My eye is still on it. I was watching every game. Watching every game for sure. That's all I was telling her. I was like, man, they're my people right there. So I always kept in and locked in on tabs and see how guys was doing and checking in on them for sure.
How hard was last year going from a Super Bowl contender to the situation you're in?
Very hard. It was heavy on my heart. But I let that go, and I'm in it now.